Hello everyone and welcome back. This is about my 5th time doing this intro because I don't know exactly what I would like to say. If you're new to the channel, we're in this kind of weird lull period, or new to Magic Arena anyway, that the streamer event has happened where streamers have gotten access to the new set early pretty much. So I don't have new cards in my deck, so I'm kind of just uploading videos. It's a little bit weird. So I'm done it in the past. I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel now. There's not really a point whenever we have to kind of do that in a week, right? So what I'm playing is basically decks that I've enjoyed playing the most, and we're just going to try to jam some games and see how they go overall. Now, in today's video, you'll see kind of what Arena has come to at the end of season. This is pretty much what happens, and what makes kind of recording so hard is today being that mono red is like the only thing that I was running into for the majority of the day. I promise I tried to get different matchups. They just didn't exist. I've been playing Magic for like 4 hours and mono red's just everywhere. I can't get them. They're in my walls, chat. I can't get them out. They're everywhere. But other than that, we're going to be playing mono black. I hope you all enjoy the content. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It truly helps out the channel a ton. And hopefully we can get through this kind of lull period until we get access to some new cards and can have some fun deck building. If you also, real quick note, if you have any ideas for decks, if you've built some, maybe you've brewed some yourself, I would 100% be glad to look at those, and maybe we can see kind of what we come up with together. And maybe that's what we do as people that don't have access to a new set. We just talk about the cards and see how it goes. But other than that, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is not the outro. Just go to the games. Wow. I'm in the arena queue. It's been 20 seconds. Surprised it took him that long to find me a mono red opponent. I don't know if you played ladder recently. Mono red is everywhere. And it's like the only deck I play against now. Shocker. Guess who it is, chat? The mono red menace. There's a land. I kind of wanted to not use cut down because I would like to use the virtue in this spot. There's no way you're actually Rakdos, right? These have to be like to fling the creatures, I think. I guess I'll play this. Minus make you lose your code breaker. Now if our opponent does have a Kamano, it does get rid of our Liliana for free. Or another haste creature from their hand. They can do that, I believe. I think they're allowed to. Now the only issue is I can't really target this with a virtue because I then lose it. So instead, I want to play the preacher. I also want to play the Shieldred, I think. The Shieldred is probably by far the best creature to like play. Huh. Oh, it couldn't be Witch Stalker Frenzy on that pause. Should I just block regardless? Probably, right? Like, they're gonna pump a lot of stuff in to make sure my Shieldred dies here. Or just use a Lightning Strike. Her? You're doing all this to get Shieldred off the board? Fantastic. Great block, Rick. Figured it out. If you draw a land, I probably just Preacher and then Virtue this thing. Can you grapple, I guess? I could virtue it now. Monster Trace doesn't save it. But I think this might be a match where I have to kind of like get card draw in. So I'm going to go for my Massacre Girl now with a 2/2 that doesn't have prowess, and like Monster Rage isn't going to get it like super close to lethal if they hit me and then fling it at me. Also, I might just block again. If they Monster Rage it, Monster Rage is only +3. Ah, dude, I'll block that, man. You got it. Sure. This stuff isn't hitting my face. I don't care. I get a draw out of it. I just know with the black mana revealed and only seeing red cards that their whole entire goal was to fling something at me. So as long as I just avoid that plan, I feel pretty confident. And then I'm almost to playing Virtue from my hand. I have a grapple to -3 on something. I feel pretty good. And my opponent leaves the game, kind of proving my point. My queue time should be 5 seconds. And that should be because they already found a mono red. See that, chat? 5 seconds. Heavy Strike is going to be mono red, and they're going to be on the play. I believe it. That point complete. Does Boros count, chat? Does Boros count as mono red? It feels like it. Oh, wait, their aura's off. Okay, my opponent's cool. Sick. I mean, I'm not pumped about this, but, like, this is a matchup that we can kind of roll into and take advantage of a little bit. You could argue I'm supposed to save this for this, but there's not, like, great odds. I'm going to let this 2 happen. I feel like there might be a more important creature coming down the pipeline that I might have to go for the throat. You're going to play your Amalia now? No? Is this aggressive? I don't care. It's aggressive. I do care, but like, I'm just going to be aggressive is kind of where I was at. I guess they're fine, chat. You're right. I should have held the Merrick's. Whatever, chat. All right, get lost, my preacher. Get him out. Okay, gumdrop works as well, but 4 toughness is a lot to get to. 4 toughness is too much, Sadie. They can't beat it. You won't give me your toy. Crazy. Yes, sir. I will keep. I will draw land. I believe it full-heartedly. Yeah, sometimes that's the problem. You just gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself, and that your opponent might not be here. I did have like a 30-some odd second queue time, so they could not be here. Okay. My opponent has decided to keep their hand because Arena forced them to. I'll target here. I will force them to discard. And I can't assume they'll be here. So, be back whenever they are. Oh, are you here? Opponent? They are here. And they're Boros. My hero. This one? Into this one? I'll just gain my little bit of life. Boros trying everything they can to get wins. But we'll see. Do we hit the land? Funny corn. I wish I would have hit a land. This would be so much easier. Sure. Yeah. You want to flash in a creature and make that huge? Okay. I was just asking. I said play like a Lorian's reveal and they protect this bunny corn. And it makes me put a hole in my wall. If I lost to that, I probably would have threw up. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Alright, come on now. Draw land, dude. I had to wait for my opponent to get their hand kept because they weren't here, and now I'm gonna lose the match. Feels so bad. Oh boy. Sure. Alright, well, we hit land, I guess. I don't even want a plus or minus. I think I want a plus. I'm just gonna get rid of a harvester. Just so my Lily can't be that removed. Get lost? Okay. I feel a little bit better about the plus. Unless they have another land, which is a little tough. Because the problem if I minus in this spot is like they get to bring this back. Yeah. Yes. Correct. Harvester, please. I'm begging. I need you to hit next turn. This needs to be on human. I think I just hold my candy grapple, I guess. And just take out one of these. Harvester. You have a very important job to do, okay? You have such an important job. They have 5 mana. We can do the same. Wish I had a creature to target with these maps. Yes. Don't you dare. Okay. What are we targeting? Yeah, so we'll grapple that, I guess. I guess I probably should have just bargained it in case. But I can't imagine they have a better kind of aggro hand or like another spell in here that matters. Alright. Let's see it. I find a land. Actually, I don't want to land. I hate mana. I don't want to land at all, actually. You think it's another case in their hand and they're going to play it here? I don't want to land. Yes, I do. I lied, chat. That's reverse psychology. That's the best draw we could have had. Pop all these. Get them off. Get them out of my battlefield. All right. Do we win? Boros. I mean, I don't even feel bad about the flood because they just let the timer run out on their turn. So, like, not really going to feel that bad. No. I'm not playing into your Ganja for free. I said that's not how this is happening. It has to be in Ganja, dude. I don't believe him. Do this. I now have a 7/6, and I'll play this. I'll play my land, and I'll just plus. And they can get rid of something. I don't care if they haven't Ganja, you know. And the deluge I left on top because if they ever have a turn where they like play a token, they make the board big and things like that, I can then deluge it all away. Hey, it's almost like we knew that's what was coming. But with this much damage, I'm going to try to win the game in 2 turns. Sure. Combat. This one. At this point, I feel like this is a land, but I'm not gonna take the risk. Nothing has menace, and that's the case. Sure. We win. Yes. We do. And it's almost like I've been doing this for a while, but I still at times forget to hit the record button. I think my opponent mauled too. But I'm not on the discard version of my deck that I normally play. I'm on the Massacre Girl. I guess I've been playing that version a lot more anyway, so. I had to change my song. Veteran. Oh, no. Not Boros. Not Boros once again. Would never be Boros. Be Ord's off, I guess. Everybody, like... I don't get it. Maybe it's just me, right? People are just like... I'm just going to blindly just queue Boros and mono red up and hope it gets me into Mythic, and then I'll play whatever. Which is wild. Like, Diamond is probably, in terms of rank, like, if you have that perfect, like, bully mono red Boros, like, you're just prepared to lose to control, but you're going to make yourself so good against these matchups. Diamond's the place to do it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, seems about right. We will pass. Flash in your creature, bro. I could have removed this, like, to make them gain less life, but then they can cast it on their turn. So we're just gonna see how this kind of pans out here. What do you got for me? Got rid of Sokazon. They go to combat here. I'm just gonna cut down this. So if they are playing, because some versions play the fairy that picks up creatures, I feel like getting rid of that is probably the best thing to do. Sure. Oh, we do find land. Nice. I'm in like like this weird spot. Like, it's not a weird spot. Like, I can pop their board, right? They've been missing land. Is that just worth it? Guess so. Sure. I'll blow up your board. I didn't know if I was supposed to play Caravac there or blow up their board, you know? But if I find land now, I then can play Caravac, have this trigger, and then cut down their creature, so it feels just as good. Find a land? You had to find land. No? Like a weird thing for it not to pause. I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Yes. Me. The target I says me. And I'll play this Tiny Bones. At some point, you know, you gotta like risk it and win. I can't just keep dirtling forever. Why they're kind of down and out right now. There's a case. One of the reasons I didn't want to play Caravac, because then they play case and then they attack and they get case value. If they have to play case like on an empty board and then go from there, like that's perfectly fine with me. No red mana because they got rid of Sokazon because they were hoping that they would draw another mana source. It seems they finally played the Nganjo. Sure, you gonna hit me for 1? All right. I kind of just want to Glistening Deluge them, but I can also just play Hostile Investigator and just make them discard your last cards. At some point, they got a red card in hand. That's good. I'm gonna crack that, draw your red land, and then discard something else. Anyway, I will target you. And again, if they commit a lot to the board, I have like an Investigator to hopefully protect myself. Well, there's the Vampire that can't play. Because this has to be named on human, right? Yeah. Now if they play creature and then case me again, even though they've already gotten rid of a case, then sure, but Knight. Alright. That's also good. That's a reload. So do I fight for the reload? I think I do fight. I fight over the reload for sure. So now I play this. And like I just let them reload here. Either way. We choose to do nothing on that. And then we just like grapple, sack the clue, or we can sack the Tiny Bones, I guess. And then we just pass here. We kind of see how much they commit, but either way, we want to get this Knight Errant off the battlefield so that our Glistening Delusion hand can pop their entire board. We just have to have them commit. Still can't play this, by the way, and don't have a red for Gleeful Demolition either. So we'll see what happens. So far, Glistening Deluge will be able to remove all these. Most likely a Night Scry is going to come up here. If they go for a case, I can then remove the Knight anyway, and then when they do the kind of scrying with Warden, it won't matter because Deluge will still take that out. And there's the case. You figure it out. Target there. Sure. Now I do this, and then I bargain, and I do this. And I sack this. This can target whatever, but I'm not going to, because then it'll exile it regardless. That's fine. That's gone. Now this case doesn't get activated, which is one of the reasons we get rid of the Knight. Now will you scry with Warden, or will you attack me for 1? Definitely feels more like a scry moment to me, which is what we're counting on. Now here's the funniest part of this whole thing is if I would have hit a land, I could play Caravac and make them mill that top card over, which is really good. And I kind of want to play this, but it's not legendary either, so I just deluge them, and I just play this next turn when they play the other things. Resolve all to that. Then I go to combat for 3. Bonk. And then I pass. I have to grapple to like stop them from Knight Errant me. Or not Knight Errant, but intimidating me. Sure. It's like this game is so whack because I'm just like 1 step away from winning this game. I just have to eventually get there somehow. It just feels like I'm not getting there, which is annoying. Like I don't want to commit this, so I'm just gonna play Lilion and I'm gonna minus on him. I'm gonna attack for 4 again. I'm not stopping that. Just removing your creature out of my way. And I guess because they have haste, this might be getting a little bit loose in attacking. I basically am going to force them to concede, is I think my game plan. But Invoke is really good at constantly reinforcing the board. And their plan here, of course, is to give this haste and maybe take out my Liliana, which I normally wouldn't care. But I think Candy Grapple has too much value here to not just, like, get rid of this. And we're close enough to our hand being empty at any given time that I just not that concerned. I'll probably let the grapple go after this. I'll just play here. And then I'll target my opponent. And then I could probably just start ripping their hand apart. Let's play this. Auto pay. I want to which one do I want to keep, right? So I want to keep the token, and then I want to target again, and then I want to tiny bones them again. I think so. I think I just want to rip their entire hand apart if I can. Keep whatever. Submit 0. So you now have to discard 3 cards. I'll make a clue. Or no, this is just the ping. You don't have to discard 3 cards. And then I'll plus, and I'll get rid of the grapple here.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I have to get rid of another card, so they get rid of 3, and they're left with 1. And then I'll have my 4/3 attack, because why not here? Then they get rid of their knight, of course. That makes sense. This, and now if it's obviously a Medane's attack Liliana, I just let it go. Because I'm not going to let my Karavak go here. I have enough Candy Grapples for, like, everybody, apparently. Now, I would love to have a Shieldred at some point. And if I target my opponent, then I might just cast that spell to, like, go put a Shieldred on top of my library. And then just use Harvester's minus ability, maybe. Who really knows? But my opponent hits the timer. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, my opponent is now going to time out after 2 timeouts have gone away. So very cool. Or they're going to play a land at the very end. Brother, like, come on now. You don't have to do this, big dog. Come on. You can, there's a little thing in the corner that you can hit if you're tilted and you're hoping I leave. If you hit it, there's a concede button. We can just do that instead of doing this, but you know, it's up to you, big dog. It won't hold priority if you got nothing to do later. Are you gonna play? You gonna pick right as your timer runs out this time, or are you actually gone? Oh, you realized I wasn't here. I was here still after all the timeouts. So nice, nice, nice. All right, chat. Well, that's it for me. I think there's only so many mono red games I can play. I've played so many matches today. I kind of was just like I hit the record button and I was kind of just like, we'll see what deck and games I get, because like realistically I'm not gonna make the videos near as long with rotation kind of out. I just like, I get it. It is what it is. I personally, like, for me, whenever I was just playing before I did kind of content creation, this is the part where the streamers start uploading videos of decks that I actually just would take a break from playing Arena in general, just because it's like, what do I realistically, like, what am I playing for? Like, do I care about Mythic? Not really, like, personally. Unless you're planning to get in a top Mythic, like, I was playing rotation safe decks for a month. Like, I haven't really cared that much. So normally I would take a break, but the show must go on. And so instead, I played this at the end of the day. And I played against Mono Red and Boros. A lot. I think they were like 70 some odd %, if not 80% of my matches. And I promise you that it's not an exaggeration. It might be an underestimation. I played against Boros and Mono Red almost every match today. And outside of that, I played against one World Soul Rage deck. I played against one Azorius deck. And then I played against Orzhov once. And that's it. other than that, it was. Or I lied. I played against blue-white Haughty Gen pile and a blue-white control deck once. And then, other than that, yeah, it's just been mono red and Boros. And I talked about it kind of in one of the matches where like Diamond is by far the worst place for this, because it's a lot of people trying to speed blitz into Mythic as fast as they can because they've been playing all the decks that they want to play, and now that the season's coming to a close, they're like trying to get into Mythic. So this is like where it happens. They're doing all this for like one extra pack, which like I understand there's free to play players, but if you know Arena's economy at all, one pack, it's not worth sacrificing your fun for if that's where you're at, you know? Like at least in my opinion, you know. But what do I know? But outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed the video anyway and kind of understand my rant here, I guess, if you want to call it a rant. But outside of that, I'm going to call it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.